Welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. We're having a better start than we did yesterday. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, there's a fly in here. Yeah, get on out of here, buddy. There we go. I actually got the fly out on the first time I rolled the window down. That usually they fly the other way, and you're like, "What the? Come on now, get out of here!" Kletus Roadside Service coming at you live, not live. Coming at you recorded on Wednesday morning, the 29th. Is that right? 28th. Shit. We do not have a wheel locked up. We do not have a fucking ABS light on. We're just having a good time. The truck was already hooked up, ready to go. I fueled it up last night. Let's see. I got 3 loads completed yesterday. That's about. They were hoping for 4, but you ain't getting 4. Not with the way these motherfuckers are acting. These motherfuckers are like, oh, there's somebody at the dock door that you need to get. There's other dock doors available, but the dock door that you need is taken. I'm like, why would you put them in my dock door? Okay, you guys knew I was coming back. But whatever. Don't need it anyways. Just kind of sit around and wait. And I'll tell you what, these fucking flip-flop truck drivers are so goddamn lazy. They're lazy as fuck. Like, they know that I'm waiting on that dock that they're in. And I park right next to them. So whenever they pull out, I just got to shimmy over a little bit. And then I'm ready to go. And I'm not going to, not see them take off. But there was one guy yesterday that, I mean, this guy just wanted to do everything at the dock door. First off, he was sleeping in the back, which is fine. It takes like 30, 40 minutes for them to load you over here. But he goes and takes a fucking nap. The guy's banging on the side of his trailer. He's got a green light. They're like, hey, hey, hey. I can hear him. And they walk up and they bang on his door again, and he fucking just leans over across the seat. He's like, what? What do you mean, what? You're fucking ready to go. Put your goddamn pants on, you fucking weirdo. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. You're in the way. So what does he do? He takes, 5-10 minutes to put his fucking pants and flip flops on, hops out, walks to the back of this trailer, kicks his chalk out of the way. Hey, I'm not faulting him on that. You got to do that. You could have done it a little fucking quicker. Then he walks back to his cab, gets in his cab, goes back into his sleeper again. I don't know what he's going in there for, but hey, listen, I'm not driving his truck. I don't know what he's got going on. Maybe there's a button in the back of his sleeper you got to hit in order to fucking turn the truck on or something. I don't know. Then he walks inside the office. He's in there for 15, 20 minutes. Then he comes out, fires his truck up, pulls it forward, 3 feet so he can get his doors closed, closes his doors, gets back in his truck, pulls forward even further, gets out, walks back, unhooks his tandems on his trailer because he's going to slide his tandems because they want you to have your tandems slid all the way to the back at this place. Not faulting them on that. Then he gets in his truck, backs it up, and bangs the fuck out of it. I thought he hit the dock again because I don't think he pulled far forward, and his tandem slid really fucking far. Like, he's got 20 feet of overhang between the back of his trailer and his fucking tandems. Then I don't know what kind of tandems he's got, but every trailer that we have that has tandems that can slide, it just seems like it comes automatically with the fucking little pin that, you just release the brakes and it puts the pin back, but not his. So he had to go back and fuck with that for a while, and then shimmy his truck around to make sure, and then he'd get back out and fucking check his pins again. And I'm like, dude, get out of the way! Get out of the way! Then he gets in his truck, turns it off. Don't know what he's turning it off for. Then I was getting ready to get out, and then he turned it back on, pulled forward a little bit, and then somebody else had pulled in and kind of parked in front of him. So I had to wait for that motherfucker to go in there, get checked in, to come back out, get in his truck, and then them to have a conversation about how he needs to leave, and he's blocking him in. And I'm like, you flip flop motherfucker. You motherfucker, okay? Because I'm trying to get as many loads out as I can. I mean, I'm getting paid the whole time, so hey, I mean, I'd take as long as you want, but I'm also charging the customer. And I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm not his fucking daddy. But I mean, whatever. I'm getting paid. I'm doing fine. Less loads is less loads. I still get paid for them all. That's fine. But just the work ethic of these motherfuckers is just so low, dude. They don't give a fuck about anybody or anything. They just want to masturbate in their sleeper cab. That's all they want to do, is just go into their sleeper cab and masturbate all over into their flip flops. I don't know if that's how they clean the flip flops. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Fucking ridiculous though. Whatever the fuck. Hey, that TA station is now open. That looks nice. I might have to go in there one of these days. So, yeah, but I ended up getting 3 loads in. I had to wait on a dock door for 2 of them. I go to the landfill. The landfill was pretty busy yesterday. It was also rainy, if you don't remember. It was rainy in Kansas City yesterday in the morning. In the afternoon, it warmed up and it dried up. So it was actually not so bad. But the landfill doesn't matter. If it sprinkles at the landfill, it's slick as fuck, and the ground never gets time to dry out there because people are just running over the fucking squishing that shit out all over the place. Never gets time to dry. So I got stuck at the landfill every single time. I never had to get pulled out. I just had to rock the motherfucker back and forth a shitload of times. And then also, luckily somebody had dumped like a bunch of bird cages next to me. It was kind of weird. Like bird feeders and bird cages and I don't know, a bunch of like wiry metal shit. So whenever I was getting stuck, I would just grab a bird cage and throw it in front of my tires, and that would give me enough traction to kind of just roll out of the hole. There was one where I had 4 bird cages, a rug, a rolled up rug that I had unrolled, a piece of plywood, a couple of couch cushions, and there was like these little books. They were like just like tile displays or hardwood floor display books or whatever. And I had unfolded those books and throw them underneath my tire. And I mean, I got out. I was like, I'm going to try to do this without intervening with these fucking loader guys, because they don't like it when they got to pull people out. But what are you going to do? Just let me sit here and block? I'm a semi where mainly 10-wheelers are. I'm blocking a big area. So you need to get me pulled out quick. But I mean, if you want to sit around and wait for me to just throw a bunch of bird cages and bullshit underneath my tires, fine, whatever. But if they would have pulled up in front of me, I would have hooked up. But the problem is I'm using a walking floor trailer, so whenever I pull up, I don't need to be pulled out of the hole. I just need to be pulled forward like 4 feet, so more pallets will fall off the back of my trailer. I'm not dumping into a pit because I'm dumping pretzels. Just dumping pretzels off into into the regular old landfill face. And hey, everything worked out well, I guess, for the most part. But I did have some. Uh, I did have a little bit of getting stuck or whatever, but it wasn't a big deal. I've been in worse situations, you know. What else is going on? The place where I'm picking up from, they have pretzels. I don't know if they do anything else at this warehouse. It seems like all they have is pretzels. So I'm just three full 53-foot length trailer, double stacked full of pretzels I'm dumping out, and they're just pretzels that are gonna go bad before they hit the shelf. They go bad within like a month or two. But they also, it's Dots pretzels. I don't know if you guys know about them, but they have a fuckload of different flavors. Not a fuckload. Easy on the rough language there, Cletus. Relax. Quit. You ain't got to say fuck about everything, okay? They have a lot of different flavors. Let's just say that. They have regular. They have Southwest. They have garlic parmesan. They have honey mustard. And I didn't know that they got barbecue flavored now. Now, I did not get to get a barbecue one. And I'm not grabbing these out of my trailer, the ones that I'm dumping. These are, whenever you go up there and you sign in, they have a bunch of display boxes set up of pretzels. That I think they're the same shit that I'm throwing away because it's not like they last a long time, but they're like, hey, these are still good. We can't sell them. You guys can have them. When you come get checked in, take a bag of pretzels. And they're full size bags. Well, some of them are full size bags. Some of them are like the little mini bags or even the medium bags. But I got me a fuckload of pretzels. My daughter, she eats these up. Like, this is what we buy for the house is Dot's regular pretzels. And she just loves to eat these pretzels. So I got a couple of bags for her. And then also got a couple of the honey mustard ones. They're not like what you would imagine honey mustard flavored things to be. They're what you would imagine mustard things to be flavored. If I don't know if you've had mustard chips or mustard French pretzels or whatever, but they're fucking delicious. I love them so much. But then, so it's like regular mustard, and then it's like a little bit sweet, and they're fucking delicious. I've been eating the fuck out of them. Not. Oh, hold on, Cletus. I haven't been eating the fuck out of them. I ate, I don't know, probably 25 pretzels. They're like 3 inches long. They're not, they're just like nice little pretzels. I ate a few of them. I put them on my sandwich because with a turkey sandwich with extra mayo, take a bite of that, take a couple pretzels. They're so delicious. It's like goes like peas and carrots. But I end up putting them on my sandwich. They taste better outside of the sandwich. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. But I put them on the sandwich and they didn't taste the same. But anyways, they got me a fuck load of pretzels. I will say that I do have a lot of pretzels on my person right now. And I plan on getting some more today. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna be like, hey, save some for the other drivers if I take a whole box. But they have pallets worth of them that they gotta get rid of. They're either gonna throw them away or give them to me. Like, I'm throwing away trailer loads worth of pretzels. I don't think they care if I take one box of the little mini packs because that would be perfect. Because my daughter, instead of having the big industrial sized bag of pretzels sitting on the floor, so then she walks away from it and the dog eats them. That I could just have a bunch of mini packs, and then she would only be like, "You get one mini pack of pretzels," something like that. So I don't know. I might see if I grab a case or something today. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do. Nobody get over because I'm coming over. Jeez, I don't like merging from the left to the right into traffic up against the other cars because they don't. I feel like they don't see me coming over because I'm just like a building. I'm a big truck coming over. I don't want people changing lanes while I'm changing lanes because I'm not going to see them. They're going to see me. They're going to see me real close. They're going to be like right up underneath my truck by the time I get in my lane, and they try to take the lane also. But no, everything worked out fine. I'm in the middle lane now. We're just cruising. We're actually doing really decent here. It's 6:50. I need to be there by 7:30. And yesterday, that was the other thing. I don't know if I even covered it yesterday, but I got there at 7:20 or 7:15 actually, and then they made me wait till 7:30. And then at 7:30, I went up to the door. It was like 7:38, and I went up to the door. And I thought somebody would open the door and wave at me and say, "Oh, hey, yeah, we're open." No, they just hang out inside there. And then the door was still locked, so me and another driver were kind of like banging on the door, like, "Let us in! Let us in!" You know, just banging our fists on the door. And then they finally opened the door. I was like, "Yay!" It was like Black Friday at Walmart in 1999. That's what it felt like. It had the same vibes. But we just went in there and we're like, we're here to get a load. And then we also grabbed bags of pretzels. And we ate some pretzels, and I talked to this guy. This guy didn't wear flip-flops. He actually had Nikes on. Nikes and sweatpants. That was, it's nice to see somebody wearing actual footwear, when they're driving a truck. I'm wearing fucking steel toe lace up boots that are completely covered in landfill grime and shit. I debated on wearing my same pants from yesterday because I know I'm just going to get covered in fucking shit again, but I decided, you know what, I want to look nice when I'm riding my dirt bike. Other than my boots, I'm clean. I guess, and my hoodie. My hoodie's a little fuckered up, but I'm not going to sit there and wash my hoodie just to get it dirty again. I'm going to wear the same damn hoodie. But today, it wasn't it was like almost 60 degrees when I rode in on my bike. So today was great. And even last night was great when I rode home. It felt, I don't know, that was the first time I rode the bike with the new setup and the different seat, with it lifted and everything, lifted and stiffened. It felt amazing. I got home and I was just like, God damn. It feels like, because I don't know, it's weird because it's the same exact bike, but now it feels like more mine now, and I set it all up, and it also feels more like a dirt bike. I mean, it always felt like a dirt bike, but now it's not so cush when you're riding down the road because it would absorb all the bumps. You were already, it was really low, and it was like a cruiser bike. But I raised it up and put the different seat on there, and it's weird because the original seat, there's a lot of complaints about the original seat, but I like the original seat. My butt hurts the same on the original seat as the Sergeant seat. I don't know why. I wish the Sergeant seat, I was like, wow, that's way better. Let me put that back on. But it's the same. Like my butt feels the same on both seats. I think the Sergeant seat is just really wide, and that's what I don't really like about it, is because trying to spread my damn hips out. Broke my hip when I was 16. Maybe I got some shit out of alignment, but it felt great. I felt alive on the bike. The bike felt way more responsive, way more controllable. It felt more like a dirt bike that I used to ride growing up. And that's nice, because I had 4 different dirt bikes growing up. They were all shitty, but they were still dirt bikes. They were stiff suspension. They had good stuff. They were all right. And this feels a lot like that. It feels more like just a regular old dirt bike. So much so that I attempted more wheelies yesterday. Once I waited until I got to my street at home. I was like, 'cause even in my head, I was like, if I lay this motherfucker down, I don't want to have to push it very far. So I waited all the way up until I got on my street, and then I did like 4 or 5 wheelies. They're not big wheelies. I'm not wheel standing the motherfucker. I'm not like, just like, I'm not a great wheelier yet, but I'm popping it up in first gear, and I'm getting the front wheel up off the ground quite far. But then I get out of it immediately. So, but I don't know. I'm thinking the more I do these little wheel pops, the more I'm going to get comfortable with it. I'm gonna find a tipping point, and I just need to. But when I do them standing up, you have a way more control. You can shift your body weight a lot faster. So I'm like, I feel comfortable doing wheelies, especially just on my road. It's flat, nice and smooth, no traffic, um, no people walking. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to do wheelies for myself. I was hoping that the kids would hear me out front and look out the window and see me just, look at that, he's doing a wheel. That's the only person I want to impress is my son, my daughter. My wife, she's just going to roll her eyes at me, which is fine. But, yeah, that was the first time I rode the bike when it wasn't freezing cold and I didn't have a backpack on. I didn't have, and it just felt really good. Also, with these new handlebar grips, they're they're not as thick as the other ones, so I get more of a grab on the bar. And it's not much of a difference, but since they're shorter, the handlebars now feel much wider. I'm grabbing the handlebars further out, so it just feels better. Feels way better. And there's not a bunch of shit all up on the dash. I don't have digital, mechanical, speedometer, bullshit all over the place. It's just my phone and a key. Also, the turn indicator, I'm kind of upset that I hadn't checked to see if there was a bulb in there before, because this turn indicator, it's nice and bright. I like it. I thought I was going to be like, oh, let me mount these other lights back on there because they're easy. They're also indicate which way I got my blinker on, and they're nice and bright and big right up in my face. But no, this little light indicator that's in the dash does a great job. Didn't ride with my blinker on for any extended period of time. Just through the turns. I made sure it was turned off, and I'm not sitting there jamming the button every fucking time. I'm just riding on this in the same lane. I can just look down, and if it's blinking, it's on. And if it ain't blinking, it ain't on. And it's just kind of nice. There's another motorcycle rider right there. Got himself a Harley. He looks like he's about to lose some papers out of his saddlebag. But, yeah, rode the bike again this morning. Did great. I really wanted to, this is probably not a great thing to talk about, I guess, publicly, but I really wanted to speed. I wanted to speed because the bike has felt, I don't know, since I lifted it up, it's felt a little bit more sluggish at closer to topping out, because before I was like, this thing will do well over 100. Now I'm like, I don't know if I can get this thing up to 90. And I didn't change anything other than maybe move some shit off of the air box a little bit more. That's about it. So I don't know why that would affect it. And then, of course, I go to fuel up on my way home. And, man, you would think that all the pumps are equal at the gas station that I go to, but they're not. There's only one pump. I've tried 7 different pumps now, and there's only one pump that you can pump nice and slow, because I like to fill my tank all the way up, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, but you fill it up and it'll get all the way up to where the cap is, and then it'll slowly feed down. And then you fill it up to where the cap is, and it'll slowly feed down. And I do that 7 or 8 times. Just filling it up, and then it'll go back down. And fill it up and go back down. I don't know why it's doing that. I thought this tank was going to be just like kind of wide open, but it's not. Get over! Get over! Crane truck, why are you? Get over! You got your blinker on. Get the fuck over. What is this guy doing? He's had his blinker on 4 different times on this journey. I don't know what he's doing. He's got a full lane all to himself, and as soon as a dump truck gets up next to him, he's like, oh, fuck, I need to get over again. Get the fuck out of the road. What are you doing, dude? Jesus. That guy is like way too scared to change lanes. He waits until traffic catches up to him and then he changes lanes. What a fucking idiot. He's driving a straight truck crane. I don't know what he's doing. But the speed limit's 65 and we were doing probably 50. So he could slow down and wait for traffic to get up next to him so he could change lanes. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm really excited to get the bike out again today. Riding with like nothing. It feels so good. With that backpack on, it really just drags me down. I'm like, I don't constantly moving it. It shifts from side to side. I mean, most of the weight sits down onto the seat, but I really don't want. I don't know. It's a giant backpack. It looks like I'm going camping every time I'm heading to work wearing that backpack. But I try to leave it at work. I try to just take out the essentials and then leave the bag there. I just fill my pockets up. I mean, I ain't got a lot of shit with me, but I got my phone, my keys, my chew, my wallet, my knife, my hat, my glasses. And I haven't been taking my sunglasses because it's been kind of cloudy and stuff. But today I'm gonna end up putting my sunglasses on. The clouds are kind of breaking away, which is kind of nice. Like it to be nice and sunny out. And I like riding with my sunglasses on. I've got the little flip down visor. It's a tinted visor that flips down, but it doesn't flip down far enough. I don't know if there's some sort of adjustment I can make on it. It's in my helmet, but it comes down like halfway, and it's like almost right in my vision. Now I could also pull my helmet down a little bit further, but it's not as comfortable to wear it like that. So I don't know. I just never used that flip down visor. I'm kind of wishing I would have known that I wasn't going to like the flip down visor, and I would have got a helmet that didn't have a flip down visor, because I don't need that. I could also tint the face shield. And that's something I might do. I might put a light tint on the face shield, because right now it's just completely clear, and I don't really see a reason to have it completely clear. It is nice at nighttime, probably, but yeah, get out of the way station lane, you motherfuckers. Everybody's up in the way station lane. This is the lane I want. You guys are all in it. You guys are going to need to get the fuck out of it. Because this way station has been opened all yesterday, but it had not worked. It did not work at all yesterday. It said no data, but I know people were getting red lit going through there because they had people back up in the back there. Maybe they pull over to get permits or something, I guess. But now they've removed the tarp from the sign, so the sign is empty, but it says scale house open. So I guess I'll go in the scale house. I wonder if they got the weight thing figured out. I'm just glad I don't hit one after I get loaded and I'm headed back, because I mean, they're pretzels. I don't think I'm ever going to be overweight on any of my axles with pretzels. You know, they're fucking pretzels. But yeah, last night got home. I played some BeamNG. You won't believe what I found on the forums. I found a 1970 Monte Carlo that somebody made for BeamNG. That is my ultimate favorite car of all time. Is a 1970 or 71 Monte Carlo. The headlight shroud, or not shroud, but the headlight bezels are a little bit different on the 72s and higher. So, um, let's go over this scale real quick. We're good. We're good. Bring those axles up on here. We're good. Green lit. Hell yeah. Let's go. Um, yeah, BeamNG. I got home. The kids were all excited. My wife made tacos. I ate some tacos, and then I was like, let's go downstairs. You know, for me. You know, but the kids go downstairs, and also my son. He likes to play Grand Theft Auto in director mode. It's really interesting how you don't really hear about director mode all that often on Grand Theft Auto, but there is a director mode. If you go into story mode and you hold on a PlayStation, and if you hold the big square button touchpad or whatever, you hold that, there's a little button there and there that says director mode. You go in there and you can select animals, characters, anybody that you want to be, and then once you get into the game, you can set the time of day, you can set the location, you can set it to where cops don't attack you, or they do attack you. You can set invincibility, explosive bullets, flaming bullets, explosive melee, super jump, moon gravity, all kinds of stuff. And it's so much fun. And there also is other stuff, but I haven't showed my son that because I don't want to have to sit there and help him every time. I just turn on invincibility, no cops, and he gets in there and he gets guns and just runs around and just causes mayhem on Grand Theft Auto. He loves it. But there are things on there where you can add in props throughout the map and save it and stuff, which is kind of cool. You can like add a jump somewhere. So, anyways, he was playing Grand Theft Auto. I get on BeamNG and I just start playing that. But, well, before I start playing that, I always go through the forums and the mods and stuff, and I just go to the forums and see if there's been anything new released or any other interesting cars that I hadn't tried out yet or downloaded or whatever. And I get on there, and on the second page, there's a fucking 1970 Monte Carlo. And it's got the paint scheme from Tokyo Drift. I'm like, ho! Download. And it was free, too. Downloaded it immediately. Immediately turned on the game, and I had the most fun I've had on BeamNG in a long fucking time. I mean, I've had fun. I have fun on BeamNG every time I play it, but just with my 1970 Monte Carlo Tokyo Drift Edition on race tires, but it's got a lot of power, so it still does burnouts and stuff, and you can still slide it around corners and everything. And it's just, I just was racing around, There's a map. It's called East Coast, but there's a rework, Beam Life rework of the East Coast or whatever. I don't know. If you guys play Beam and G, you might hear about it, but it's just an updated version of the map that somebody had added new houses and streets and trails and all kinds of stuff, and I was just ripping around that map in 70 Monty. It is so much fun. Now the 70 Monty, it's not the fastest car out there. I mean, it's got a lot of power, but it's still, 90, 80, 90 miles an hour just cruising around the map is good. And there's also another thing that I downloaded that it's called the Outlaw, the Hirochi Outlaw. It's a street bike. Now street bike physics in BeamNG just, they're not quite there yet, but this guy got as close as you could basically get to having a good street bike. I mean, it's really interesting what he's got going on there. But I've been playing with that street bike on there. Also downloaded a NASCAR mainly because of Kletus McFarland. I like Kletus McFarland, and he's doing the ARCA events for NASCAR. So I downloaded NASCAR, but I need to start downloading some NASCAR maps or something because that NASCAR just gets shaken apart on those bumpy roads. But anyways, played BeamNG for a while, put the kids to bed. We watched some more Lost. We've had a hiatus off of Lost for a while. Me and my wife, but we were able to sit down and watch a couple of episodes. I started a second episode, and she's like, "I'm gonna fall asleep if you start this episode." Wrong. I fell asleep. I fell asleep halfway through the damn thing. A lot of cool shit happened. I didn't get to see it. I don't know what happened. But I do like Lost. She's like, "This show is ridiculous." I'm like, "You're the one that wanted to watch it," and yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's really a good show. I mean, there's a reason it was on for so long and got that much attention. It's a good show. And then, yeah, I don't know. I woke up extra early yesterday. So today I was like, I don't need to wake up that early. So I moved my alarms around. I slept for another probably 45 minutes, which was nice. Oh, let the dogs out, get all my shit packed, hit the fucking road. Even had a cup of coffee at the house. That was kind of cool. And yeah, the ride in today was great. It was wonderful. The sun was just coming up. There's not a whole lot of traffic on the road. Oh, what I was saying earlier is I wanted to speed. I wanted to go fast. I wanted to test out the bike to see if it is acting normal or not, because I swear it feels slower since I did some stuff to it. But I don't know. I kind of debunked that today. I didn't get it up that fast, but even at 80 mile an hour, you can kind of feel what it's going to do. And it felt fine. It felt just fine. But I couldn't speed because there's a fucking cop. I mean, he was doing 5 to 6 to 8 mile an hour over, and there was other people passing him. So I probably could have, but I was like, I'm not trying to get pulled over today. He did, like, I got up next to him, and then he slowed down so he could look at my license plate or something. I was like, look, I'm just a fat middle-aged man on a bike. I'm not, because we had in Kansas City, there's a horrible video of these fucking takeovers and shit where these kids have a bunch of dirt bikes and four-wheelers and scooters and shit, and they run around in hundreds all around Kansas City. I've seen it in real life one time, but they do them all like throughout the city. Like they have well, sometimes they do car takeovers, but this is like one of the dirt bike takeover things, and they all just run away from the cops and just flood the streets. And well, there's a horrible video of a cop trying to grab this kid off a four-wheeler. He rides off, does like a U-turn, and then does a wheelie right into the cop and fucked that cop up. Like, he got hit with a four-wheeler in a wheelie and then ran over. Like, it's what the fuck? That was fucking crazy. So, and that was just earlier this month, I believe, or maybe last month. So, um, they don't like these four-wheelers and stuff running around, but now they're like really on the lookout for these motorcycle riders. Now, I don't think they're thinking I'm anybody special, but I don't know, just any dirt bike out on the road, they're like, yep, could be a bad guy. Could be a wheelie motherfucker. They caught the kid that did it, by the way, but any one of these fucking kids would have done the same thing. That's the thing. They don't give a fuck about anybody. They will wheelie over any cop. Got a long boy here. You're making the corner nice and good. And I don't know. I've been just not daydreaming, but just thinking about, like, if I am riding around, because I will ride around the city and stuff. I haven't really done it much, but I will ride around in the city. But what if I end up, I end up with a group of these fucking kids, or even just a couple of people? It doesn't have to be a group of these fucking kids. It could be just a couple of people doing dumb shit on their bikes and stuff, and then obviously if they turn their lights and sirens on, I'm pulling over. I wonder if I should just go ahead and pull into dock door 12. I think so. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull into dock door 12. Or maybe right next to it. Because I know that's where she's going to send me. I already know she's going to send me over here. Might as well get into position. Here we go. Now I just got to wait for like 10 minutes. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I saw a group of these kids riding, I would just try to turn and go the other way. Really don't want to be involved with that at all. Probably turn and go the other way, and then just probably quit my ride. Probably just go ahead and try to get somewhere away, because I don't, cops, people are calling. People are calling if they see this group of kids running around. So, cops trying to get there, they see me, they're going to pull me over. Because my bike also, I don't know, I started looking at it the other day. I'm like, it kind of looks stolen. Because it's got, they're not mismatched, but it's got some plastics that you can tell are painted. And other than that, there's no identifying marks on it. And it's also an older bike. So it's like, hey, that looks like it could be stolen. No, not stolen. It's tagged, registered, insured, licensed, I'm a middle-aged man riding it around. Okay? That's what I am. I ain't trying to be a part of nobody doing bad things. But yeah, plans for today, not a whole lot. I don't know. I guess if I get off at a decent time, which I could potentially get on my bike and then just do another little ride. Just ride around. There's a couple of trails and stuff that I've passed by on my way to the landfill and just roads and stuff. They're all public roads, so I'll just ride some public roads and just cruise around, just cruising around, I think that's what I might try to do today. Instead of just getting on the highway and going straight home, I might just do some cruising and then go home. Because yesterday there wasn't a whole lot of traffic, so yesterday wasn't bad. But if I get off any earlier today, there's going to be traffic, so I might want to just cruise around for 30, 40 minutes, let traffic kind of settle down, and then go out, get home. Because at home, yeah, I'm going to see the kids and the wife and eat dinner and stuff, but I think they can miss me for a little bit longer and I can ride around, go do some exploring and stuff. There's a Kessler Park, I think, in Kansas City. I was looking it up and it's like kind of a gated road, but it looks like a really cool road to ride and it's right down the street. So I might try to ride around there. It's a long, curvy 2-lane road, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some of that, and it's kind of hard to find those, I guess, unless you already know about them. It's kind of hard to find some nice curvy roads in Kansas City, but they're out there. Anyways, I'm gonna just play on my phone for a while. So, adios. Keep all 18 down. Talk to you later. One more thing before I take off. Don't want to take off quite yet. Uh, just because this isn't going to really probably fit in with the next episode. So I'm here waiting. My clock says 6:30. I get up and I go over to the door. There's one other truck sitting here waiting. So I guess there is that. But other than that, I'm the only other truck. And it says explicitly on the door, doors are locked until 7:30 a.m. Now, listen, I can wait a couple of minutes, but I'm going to try the door. At 7:30, I'm going to try to open the door, right? I'm going to attempt to open the door. If it's 7:30 and by the time I got over the door, 7:31. Try the door. Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm just going to stand here and wait. Maybe somebody heard me jiggle the door. There's no bell or anything like that. There's nothing. So I wait probably another 2 minutes. And then I try the door again. Nothing. So I knock on the door. And I hear somebody yell. But I don't know if it's for me or not. It's a fucking building. There's no window. There's no nothing. It's a big door. So I stand there for a little while longer. And then I look down at the clock. And it's 7:37. Okay? It's been a while. 7 minutes after. I try the door again. Nothing. But I do hear somebody yell again. And I'm like, okay, somebody's in there. I think they're yelling at me. So I'm just standing there waiting, and then I hear the door click. Luckily, I hear the door click because this is what they did yesterday also. is they unclick the door, but it's not super loud. It's just like a click. And then I open up the door and I'll go, and she's like, "You're really gonna need to give us some time." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "We're having a meeting." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Does the door not say 7:30?" I was like, "I'm pretty sure." Well, in all honesty, what I said was, "Oh yeah, I don't know. The door said 7:30, and it's past that, so I didn't know." She's like, "No, we're having a meeting every morning. We have a meeting." I'm like, "Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I couldn't see through the door. I couldn't tell, but it said 7:30, so." So yeah, well, we're having a meeting. You're gonna need to really relax and give us some time. I'm like, it is almost 10 minutes after you're supposed to have the fucking door open. How long are your fucking meetings? All right, everybody, we're gonna load trucks. You're 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 gonna load trucks at the dock door that I tell you, and you're gonna load the stuff that's on the paperwork into the truck. Okay? Break. I don't know what kind of meeting you have to have. This is apparently a smart warehouse. I don't know what the fuck is smart about it if they don't have locks that just automatically open at time. Or they don't even have a bell or a PA or anything. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? So, anyways, I don't know. This lady is really, she's a nice lady, but she was upset that I tried to open the door 3 times after 7:30 when the paper on the door says 7:30. So yeah, and I was already parked in my dock, ready to go. I just had to slide my axles, open up my doors, and bump up into the dock, and I'm here. I'm waiting. But so yesterday when I left, she said, "Yeah, we're gonna need you tomorrow for sure." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Maybe even the next day." I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool." I don't know if I'll be on it, but yeah, sure. And then I get here today, and she's like, "Yeah, I think we're only gonna have like one, maybe even just one load for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." See, now if you would have told me this yesterday, maybe I wouldn't. I mean, I probably still would have been here exactly on time and everything, but I'm rushing against the clock here to get out as many. I wanted to try to get 4 loads out today, and I can get that done if everything goes well. And if the door isn't going to open for 10 minutes, I can't even get checked in till I'm 10 minutes late. I'm charging your ass, but I can't even check in for 10 minutes. That 10 minutes it goes a long way. You know, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. You know, if you want me to get 4 loads, I can definitely get 4 loads, but you are going to need to be available. And you're going to need to quit putting people at the dock. Like, you can put somebody at the dock that I'm at right after I leave, but you should probably, I mean, you have 1,000 dock doors and not that many people here. I don't know why you keep putting people on this dock door if this dock door has all of the stuff that I'm supposed to be taking sitting right at it, or even the dock door next to me. But there's 1,000 dock doors. Nobody expects to get loaded quickly here. But anyways, that's I just wanted to see that. I mean, if next episode I was like, "Oh yeah, and guess what? Last time I fucking did that, and the fucking lady bitched at me." So it just makes more sense on this episode. So adios. Keep all 18 down. Bye bye.